So you're looking to move to Lake Burton because you want to live on an exclusive lake here in the Blue Ridge Mountains where you can rub shoulders with the rich and famous. In today's video, we're going to do a high-level overview of the lake. We're going to discuss what makes the lake such a popular destination for outdoor recreation and also lake life activities. And also, we're going to showcase to you some of the popular restaurants that people like to eat at here at the lake. If you like fishing, you're going to love Lake Burton. It is the go-to destination for fishing. It's best known for its bass and trout fishing. Also, at the end of the video, we're going to showcase to you some of these beautiful homes here on the lake and also around the lake. So let's check it out. Okay, let's jump on my computer here. Let's take a look at Lake Burton. This is going to be the lake that we're going to be discussing today. It's outlined here in red. Lake Burton is located in the northeastern corner of Georgia in Rabun County. Always like to zoom out a little bit so you can see where it's located. As you can see, it's a little west of Clayton, Georgia. Clayton, Georgia is going to be your closest city to the lake. Also, Lake Burton is home to the rich and famous. Even the former Alabama football coach, Nick Saban, at one time had a home here on the lake. And it's actually said that his family still owns a property here in the lake. But you do have a lot of rich and famous people that prefer living on Lake Burton. I'd like to show you what the distance is from Lake Burton to the city of Atlanta. If you left Lake Burton at this time, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It would take you around 2 hours and 15 minutes to get down to the city of Atlanta. You do see there's a little bit of congestion there. On average, probably 2 hours, maybe a little bit over, give or take, but it is important to take a look at the traffic patterns. But if you did fly into the city of Atlanta, you're going to be meeting myself or one of my team up here at Lake Burton. You would come out of the city of Atlanta, you'd head north on I-85, and then when I-85 turned into 985, you would just continue on 985 heading north up towards Lake Burton. That would be your easiest and fastest way to get to the lake. As you look at Lake Burton, you can see that Lake Burton has 2,775 acres. It is a reservoir, and the shoreline consists of 62 miles of shoreline. Lake Burton is the largest of the 5 Georgia Power lakes in North Georgia, and also Georgia Power owns the lake and also manages the lake. I always like to show you what the pictures look like on Lake Burton, just so you can get an idea of what it looks like if you did live on the lake. As you can see here, got some beautiful pictures of the Blue Ridge Mountains. Really nice, clear, crystal water here on the lake. Enjoying some fireworks on July 4th. As you can see here, got the kiddos outside of your lakefront property home on the lake, enjoying the water from the dock. Also, because you get the Blue Ridge Mountains, got some homes in the Blue Ridge Mountains that overlook the valley there. Some more pictures of people just enjoying at one of the boat slips and at the docks. So you can just sort of see what the overall experience is. Also, here's a nice aerial view. You can see, you can see here with the lake, look how thick the forest is around the lake. It really just gives you that privacy. So when you're out at the lake, you just feel like you just left the city, left the stress of life, and come here to the lake. And you can see why so many people like coming to Lake Burton. Hey there, my name is Matthew. I'm a real estate agent here in Georgia. Also moved to Georgia from Florida over 16 years ago. I've been living ever since. And welcome to my channel, North Georgia Life, where we cover everything there is to know about living in North Georgia and the surrounding suburbs, including the best neighborhoods, things to do, so you have a really good idea what it's like living here. Make sure you subscribe below so you're the first to learn about the current market here on Lake Burton. So whether you're looking to move here today or the next 9 to 15 months, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. You can even schedule a Zoom call with us because we're your Georgia relocation team. We help people just like you move here from all over the United States. All our contact information is down in the description below. Also, if you like this video, hit the like button and give us a thumbs up. The Tula River is the primary river that feeds into Lake Burton. And Lake Burton is the first of a series of lakes. It's actually 5 lakes created on the Tula River. And the lakes were created by Georgia Power. They were created by dams to create reservoirs. And these reservoirs and these dams do generate hydroelectric power. The 5 lakes go from north to south, and I'm going to show you here on the map with my pen where these different lakes are and how they look like here on the map. The first lake, which is the northern lake out of the 5 lakes, is Lake Burton. This is the lake that we're discussing today here on our map tour. The next lake here is called Lake Seed. The third lake here is called Lake Rabun. The next lake is right here. And this lake here is called Lake Falls. And the fifth lake is right here. It actually borders Georgia and South Carolina. And it's called Lake Tugelo. So I just want to show you what the 5 lakes, what they look like, just in case if you wanted to explore the different lakes around Lake Rabun. Those are the 5 primary lakes that Georgia Power owns, and they manage to create hydroelectric power, and also they do other things with the lake in regards to flood control, managing the dams, and some other things here on these 5 lakes. Lake Burton is in Rabun County. I just wanted to jump over here to NIST.com to show you what the overall grade that NIST.com gave Rabun County. It's just always important to know, the county that you're in, especially if you're looking at a lake, just what the overall feel is, even though, we're specifically talking about the lake life experience of Lake Burton, what it's like living on a lake and so forth. But this gives you an overall review of the county. And NIST.com gave Rabun County an A-, which is a really good overall grade. They actually said that Rabun County is the 28th in best counties to live in Georgia. And also their public schools, they gave it an A. So if you're moving to Lake Burton and you do have kiddos, or if you want to move around somewhere on Lake Burton, maybe not have a lakefront property, but you want to be just around Lake Burton because you still want to have access to the lake life and you do have kiddos, the public schools here in this county, they did give it an A. So it gave it a really overall good grade here for Rabun County. Now, if you live in Lake Burton or around Lake Burton, Clayton, Georgia, this is the city closest to the lake. This is the city that the majority of the people that live on the lake and around the lake will go to. And the reason why they go to Clayton is that it's the nearest city to the lake. It's less than 15-minute drive to get there. If you lived right around here, you just jump on 76. Again, it takes you less than 15 minutes to get to Clayton. And the reason why people that live on the lake go to Clayton, for several reasons, but the primary reason is for grocery shopping. There's the Ingles there. Also, if they need to go to Ace Hardware store. And there are also a couple restaurants in Clayton. If you didn't want to go to Clayton, maybe go grocery shopping and eating, they do have a couple of restaurants there. Also, if you're looking for, Matthew, where's the closest hospital, you would go to Clayton. They do have a hospital there. It's called Mountain Lake Medical Center. And just outside of Clayton, a little bit on the south side, right around here in this area, there is actually a Walmart and also Home Depot. So I just want to show you Clayton, Georgia, so you would have an idea if you did come to the lake and need to go grocery shopping, what would be the closest city that you would need to go to access your grocery shopping and also any of those other shopping that we just mentioned there in Clayton, Georgia. Now in Lake Burton, there's plenty of lake life activities like from boating, fishing, jet skiing, kayaking, swimming, everything in the lake that you can think of. But a lot of times buyers will ask us, Matthew, what are some of the parks and trails around the lake that we should be familiar with? And so I want to show you some of the parks here. As you can see, the red dots represent all the different parks around the lake. So let me just highlight a couple of the popular parks that people like to go to. The first one is called Timpson Cove Park. This is a actually designated swimming park. They also have a beach here that you can swim at. They have a swimming zone area here, as you can see here at this park. So this is a really popular park, especially if there's people who don't live right on the lake and they want to be able to have the access to the lake. This is a public beach with a swimming area. So a lot of people who do live around the lake do enjoy the Timpson Cove Park. The next one is called the Moccasin Creek Park here. It's the state park. This is another popular park that people like to go to. As you can see here, there are some boat docks. There are actually some playgrounds here. Nice little waterfall coming in to the lake. So this is a really popular park. Also, there's some hiking trails here. Also, there are some fishing and campsite here on this park. So as you can see here, if you want to come enjoy the lake, and you want to camp out, this would definitely be a great option for you. Now, there is no swimming zone at this park right here at the Moccasin Creek Park, but there are a shoreline that you can enjoy the lake, but there's no public swimming at that park. And the last park here I'd like to show you is the Jones Bridge Park. It's here on the northern part of the lake. And the reason why I want to point this out to you is just in case if you're, let me go back here to the map. If you're going to visit a Lake Burton, maybe driving by the lake, this maybe here in the North Georgia area. Jones Bridge Park is a nice park where actually it's just a scenic overlook of the lake. You access it right here on 76. You can park there. They do have limited parking, but just gives you a nice view of the lake from this little park here. So if you're just like, hey, I just want to drive by, sort of see what the lake looks like, this Jones Bridge is this little bridge park that people can stop at and get some nice views of the lake. For those of you who are looking for some trails, maybe you like to get out, stretch your legs with your kiddos, or if you got some dogs, like to go hiking, or maybe go visit some waterfalls around the lake. The first place we recommend that you take a look at is really close to Lake Burton is Hemlock Falls Trailhead. It actually is a trail, and also it does have some beautiful waterfalls. The trail's about 2 miles round trip, and also you do have some beautiful waterfalls that you can see here, which also creates a natural creek pool. So you can actually get a 2-for-1. You can do some hiking and also get the opportunity to see some beautiful waterfalls. The other one that's a little bit north of the Hemlock Falls is the Upper Moccasin Creek Falls. This is another beautiful place to see some waterfalls you can see here. So if you want to go visit, bring your dogs here like this lady did, cool off, enjoy the waterfall, enjoy the water here, we'd recommend that you take a look at this one also, especially if you didn't want to go to the lake, jump into the lake and go to one of the public swimming areas. You just want to do a nice hike and also see some waterfalls. We'd recommend those 2 waterfalls. Also, there are a couple other waterfalls a little south of Lake Burton I like to you. The first one here is the Crow Creek Falls Trailhead. This is on the Seed Lake area. And then also you do have the Angel Falls Trailhead, which is on Lake Rabun, and also you do have the Minnehaha Falls right here. So you got plenty of waterfalls around Lake Burton right there, really close to you, but also if you do want to explore and go a little bit south, down by Seed Lake or also by Lake Rabun, you do have some waterfall options too. Lake Burton is an angler's paradise. Actually, the lake is home to a variety of different type of fish, but it's best known for its bass and also trout fishing. As you can see here on the lake, and on the west side of the lake, it's called Burton Trout Hatchery. As you can see here, it's located on the Moccasin Creek, and it was actually built to aid the stock of trout here on the lake. Actually, the hatchery is home to Georgia's only cold water trout hatchery, making it a top destination for anglers. So if you do like to go fishing, especially trout fishing, Lake Burton is definitely a go-to destination for trout fishing. After a long day on the lake, maybe boating, jet skiing, out there paddleboarding, or maybe out hiking at one of the parks here, or seeing some of the waterfalls, and you are really hungry and you're wondering, Matthew, what are some good restaurants that we could check out at Lake Burton? There's a couple of restaurants we recommend you take a look at. The first one here is called Lake Burton Grill. It's actually located at one of the marinas here, and it's really known for its American cuisine and also focused on casual lakeside dining. As you can see here, some beautiful food. You do have some indoor dining here, really a rustic type of cabin type of feel. Also, they do have a marina there, so you can actually, if you lived on a lake and you were hungry, you could take your boat over, your jet ski, pull up, stay at the restaurant, have something to eat, and head back out to the lake. Also, they do have an outdoor deck area, so people can actually enjoy eating outdoors here. And also, you got some really nice, beautiful views of the lake inside and also outside. And sometimes they do have live entertainment on some weekends. So if you're there on a weekend, especially during peak season, you might be able to eat and enjoy some really classic music there at the restaurant. The next restaurant I'd like to share with you here is on the northern part of the lake. It's called Lake Burton Cafe, the last of the dives. Now this is a really laid back type of restaurant. As you can see, people that come here really want to just hang out, socialize. People here are really friendly. They mostly have great type of bar food with adult beverages. Got a nice bar here, got Philly steak sandwich here. Just people just hanging out, talking, enjoying the day. Some really great, delicious, basic bar food that you would find here. Hamburgers, maybe some wings. So this is one of the restaurants that we'd recommend that you take a look at. And on that last one here, the last restaurant here is on the southern part of the lake. Now this restaurant is not on the lake, but it's really close to the lake. It's called Blue Canoe. This is more of a outdoor type of restaurant. They really specialize in Cajun type of food. They got fish, they got shrimp, got some oysters, but it's sort of like an outdoor type of patio, covered area, outdoor type of eating, enjoying yourself here close to the lake. So we'd also recommend that you take a look at Blue Canoe. So out of those three restaurants, you have some really great options. We definitely would recommend that you take a look at one of those restaurants and check it out and taste some of their delicious food. Now, when you start looking at the homes here on Lake Burton, especially the lakefront property homes, you're going to find that these homes are really, really expensive. The reason why is this lake is really exclusive. It's really a tight-knit community. A lot of people, some of the people that live here on the lake, some of the homes have been passed on from family to family, from generations. Also, you do have a lot of rich and famous people here. And also the lake is known as having a status of having a high-end recreation destination. So it is definitely a beautiful lake to live on. Also, you'll find that the homes here on the lake are multi-million dollars in regards to how much they'll cost. But you can find some homes around the lake, not right on the lake, where they're not lakefront property homes that are more reasonable in regards to cost. If you still want to live near or around Lake Burton, there are some different home options here. Also be mindful is that Georgia Power, some of the land and the lots that are on the lake are owned by Georgia Power. So when you're looking at homes, you just have to be able to do your due diligence. With your realtor like ourselves and my team, we can help you navigate through this, where you'd have to determine if the lot, you'd have to do a land lease, where Georgia Power doesn't ever sell the land, but they do allow you to do a land lease. You still own the structure of the home on the property, you just don't own the land. Now there are some fee simple lots, and what that means is that you do own the land. They're called fee simple around the lake, but a good majority of the lots here on Lake Burton are going to be land lease. And the last thing, as we shared with you about Georgia Power and creating hydroelectric power, throughout the year they do lower the waters here on the lake, usually during the fall and winter time. And again, they're doing that to generate hydroelectric power, also flood control, and also maintaining and managing the lake and the dam. So let's take a look over here on my FMS system. I just pulled up a couple homes just so you can get an idea of what the homes look like. I have a couple homes here actually on the lake, and I found a couple homes off the lake. So let's take a look at this first home here. This is actually a lakefront property here on Lake Burton. It's listed for $4,600,000. It has a total of 8 bedrooms, 5 full bathrooms, and then 1 half bathroom. Has a little bit over 4,000 square feet. It was built in 1996. And again, you're paying for living on the lake and the lake life and what this has to offer, and also just the overall beautiful views that you get here. So you can see sitting here on the lake, enjoying yourself, a nice escape from the lifestyle of the city, away from all the stress, and you can just come here, just really enjoy yourself here in the lake. So you can see they got two boats here. They have a dock, and also they have a sitting area at the top here, so you really can sit out, enjoy yourself in the evening, during the day, and also in the morning have a cup of coffee. So this would be a great option for you. So let's go back here to the map. This next one here is not on the lake, but I just want to show you what you could possibly get. This home here is listed for $450,000. It has a total of 2 bedrooms, 2 full baths, a little bit over 1,600 square feet. It was built in 1994, and it sits on about an acre. This is another nice option for you, as you can see here, if you want it to be around the lake and still be able to access the lake from maybe one of the marinas or one of the parks, this would definitely be an option for you if you still wanted to live near the lake, but you didn't want to pay that premium price that some of the lakefront properties cost by living on the lake. So as you can see, just wanted to show you a couple options of different homes here on Lake Burton. So if you want to live on an exclusive lake with a tight-knit community here in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains, then Lake Burton would be an excellent choice. If you're ready to make your move and you need help finding that perfect home and location here on Lake Burton for you and your family, then give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, whatever works best for you, because we're your Georgia relocation team. We're here to help you every step of the way and to answer any questions you might have. And until next time, as you always say in our channel, North Georgia Life, we make the world a better place, one person, one family, one investor at a time, through the power of real estate.